shaking, stifle my breath. You look so lovely, it scares me to death. I used to get so insecure with you, it's different. Yeah, just something about you makes me so sure.
Hey, Angelita, do you have any plan after school?
I don't really have a plan. Maybe after school I will sleep, eat, watch TV, and repeat.
Well, that sounds really boring.
Yeah, I know it.
What about you join me and my friend in going to Gua Gajah?
It sounds so fun. I'm in.
Okay, see you there at 3 p.m. yeah?
See ya.
Hi guys! My name is Fiana.
And Angel,
So now we are exploring one of Bali's wonderful destination,
Gua Gajah.
Sorry, what is this place anyway?
Are you curious? So let's dive right in.
Gua Gajah, or the 11th Cave, is one of the tourist destinations, which is an ancient cave that functioned as a place of worship for Hindus. This cave is located in the west of Pedulu village, Labatu district, Gianyar Regency. The name of Gua Gajah comes from the word Lua Gajah, where the word Lua or Lo means river. The name is found in the literary work Kakawin-Negara Kertagama, written by Mpu Prapanca in 1365 AD.
So guys, as you enter the cave area, the first thing we'll pass is several art shops on your right and left. Next, you will see a place to pay entrance ticket, which on the right side.
So guys, after you paying the entrance ticket, you can continue walking, then turn slightly to the left toward Sarong before entering the Gua Gajah Cave, since Gua Gajah is one of the holy place in Bali. Then you will pass several steps to get to the cave, which is located below.
When you finish going down, the first thing you will see is some inscription on your left. The inscription relic from ancient times. It is said the exact origin of Gua Gajah is still uncreated. Until finally, a Dutch East India's official name Elsie Hating found the Ganesha statue, Trilinga and Hariti statue in 1923. After doing some research and excavation, finally, they found some inscription in this area.
Okay guys, on the right side, you will see a bathing complex, or everyone call it Petirtaan.
Petirtaan, consisting of 3 holy bathing pools lined up from north to south with 6 fountain statues on the egg. It is said that the statues in this complex should be 7 fountain statues, but the statue in the middle as an interlude is still unknown to this day. This bathing complex, or Petirtaan, is also a place to take tirtha, or holy water for religious ceremonies in Hindus. It is said that this complex was once buried under the ground until it was finally discovered in 1954.
So guys, as you can see in the northern part of the Gua Gajah complex, you can see the mouth of the cave. The entrance of the cave itself is 2 meters high and 1 meter across.
with a head sculpted above it that in fact resembles a man with bulging eyes, hairy eyebrows, rotating teeth, and a long mustache. He is surrounded by sculpted ornaments in which little creatures, men, animals, and gruesome heads that are depicted. It is said the carving represents a story, but is not known which story it refers to, although some say that they fell from an earthquake.
So guys, the cave is T-shaped. It contains 15 niches carved out of the cave wall, which may have served as beds for sleeping and meditating.
For this reason, it is thought that the cave once served as a hermitage. A four-armed Ganesha, or 11-headed son of Shiva, and a set of 3 lingas, is surrounded by 8 smaller lingas representing the 8 cardinal directions and the center, are found at the end. The cave probably dates from the second half of the 11th century. There are pavilions on either side of the entrance, where ancient statues have been placed. One of them is Hariti, the goddess of fertility and protector of children in Buddhism.
Next, in the east area, after you exit from the cave, you will find a temple used by local community as a place of worship.
Finally, if you walk the south area of the Gua Gajah complex, you will find some steps to go to the bottom where there is a river in there. According to history, Gua Gajah is said to have been built on the edge of a cliff from a confluence of small rivers, namely Kali Pangkung, whose water then mixed with the Petanu River that flows below it. The area where the 2 rivers meet is usually called Campuhan in Hindus, which is considered to have magical powers based on the concept Rabineda. Based on this concept, it seemed that Gua Gajah was essentially between 2 rivers. It is because historically, Gua Gajah used to function as a place of meditation and monastery for Shiva priests and Buddhist priests.
So guys, the distance of Gua Gajah from Denpasar city is 25 km, which will take around 13 until 45 minutes to reach this place. There are several rules before entering the Gua Gajah, which is the women during her menstruation are strictly forbidden to enter the temple. The visitor must dress decently before entering the temple premises, and also no smoking and vaping around the 11 cave area to maintain the holy aspect of the temple. Based on me and my friend exploration, we were very amazed by the beauty of the Gua Gajah. But visitor and local people should continue or more care about the cleanliness of the environment in the temple area to ensure that the Gua Gajah remains sustainable without leaving any trace of its history. What do you think about this place?
Very exciting place.
Boy, that was a fun adventure. I just found out what's inside, and it's run out that its place is full of history.
Yeah, we totally agree.
So guys, that's all adventure from us. Thank you for watching and bye!
Hai, aku Pablo. Namaku Tyrun. Aku Uniqua. Aku Tasya. Namaku Auster. Namaku Asep. Dan kami adalah sahabat.
Seven.
You are from?